Question. Ready for my response to the At Home with Lynn Wilson Everyday Living Channel challenge request? Back in a minute. I'm going to play an intro I haven't played in a little bit. Hang on. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday. I know it's such a nice sound. Happy Saturday. I didn't expect to come on with an extra video today, but this is in response to the At Home with Lynn Wilson. She has a challenge. She had demonstrated, and I actually did upload her video. So go back to my community tab and go back a couple of days and check out her video, or just simply go to the At Home with Lynn Wilson Everyday Living channel and you will check out the wonderful video where she breaks down into exactitude and into price comparison with how would it be eating out versus how you could save money staying home. I mean, she broke it down into numerics, which is absolutely wonderful. And she set it up for a family. For here's my response. Number one, I stink at math. So anybody who's been listening to me for a long time, even when I was a teacher, I admitted I'm like, oh, I don't like math. And of course, my class laughed. We got through it. Basic math, yeah, okay. But I don't know. I guess I'm just not a detail kind of person. I don't know. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. So for me, I'm going to give you my reaction to this. I think she did a wonderful job and I think it's fantastic. And definitely give it a listen. Here is my twist on method. To me, it's more about methodology than about numerics. Because if the method is performed the right way, in my opinion, or ways that work for yourself, I have found a few methods that have absolutely surefire way have worked for me in terms of grocery spending. And this is why these methods, these frugal methods, can be applied anytime. I don't care if the news calls it recession. I don't care if the news calls something inflation. I don't care if the news calls it ordinary time. Well, I don't know of any ordinary time in my life, but when things are at least financially calmer, economically speaking. But if we perform the same methods throughout, I think it works. Now, of course, in real life, some people want actual numbers. And for the numbers person, yay. But for me, my twist on how to get through a month with less spending on an easy basis, I'm going to give you three simplistic methods when it comes to food groceries specifically. So I'm being a little bit item specific, is about food groceries. Number one, no matter what your family status, whether you're one person, two persons, four persons, always, always, always take advantage of family packs of meat. If your family are meat eaters, okay? And if you're a single person, head of household person, and you say, well, what on earth do I need that for? Well, for you, you hit the jackpot. Because if you could get those prices down and make little miniature packages perfect for you, you wrap them up and you freeze them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm including, of course, the thought of manager special. So if you see a family pack for a manager special, you either immediately cook it or you wrap it up and freeze it. And just take that minute. Maybe sometimes it might be a great idea just to grocery shop, for example, just for the meat, the dairy, and the protein items. Honestly, that way a person can focus. I have done that many times in the past. For me, it makes life easier. The next method, okay, that works. I like to make things like, let's say, water-based meals, for example, like stews and soups. I almost said soup stew. Stews and soups, but you see where I'm going with that, okay? I don't mind making that. I make a large quantity of it easily. It's not like, oh, I'm just like working over a hot stove all day and night. I'm not. I'm simply dumping ingredients in my slow cooker. And it makes that larger quantity for me, of which I don't mind dividing up and wrapping up and putting away. The next method is with the meat. Always try to get your meat at the best prices on sale. Pay attention to what is going on locally in your local grocery. Look at those apps like Flip. Many times, Steve Young from the Steve Young 74 channel, by the way, of which I'm going to be on his show later on today. So check that out at 1:30 at the Steve Young 74 channel. I think it is very important to like start with the basics. Okay. So if you could get your meats, your proteins, and if you do not eat meat, I'm not forgetting about the folks that do not eat meat, whatever vegetables that you enjoy, try it as always, of course, to get what you can at the best possible price. Sometimes it takes a little bit of effort. Okay. In my opinion, it works. I am a meat eater. I don't eat tons and tons of meat. Sometimes I could go a week without eating meat. But that doesn't mean I don't like meat. I have to be in the mood for meat. Okay. But what I like to do, which I think is a great idea and has worked for me, getting my proteins on a separate grocery haul so I could concentrate and maybe take that day where I don't mind dividing up my meat and putting it in the freezer and labeling. This is all important. To me, it's not about the numbers. The numbers take care of themselves if you follow the right protocol. Yes, does it pay to meal plan? Yes, it does. Now, when I say meal plan, I don't mean write a list. I have to have this meal on Monday. I have to have that meal on Tuesday. When I say meal plan, I mean meal plan by purchasing the correct components any which way for meals that you want to throw together. You still throw them together at your discretion, but you're concentrating more or less on the best possible prices that you can get. To me, these are the key elements to really good grocery shopping. And also, a very important thing is to check what you have. Do we have to duplicate that item? Check your inventory before you go shopping. Very important. So I have followed these little rules for a long time. Doesn't matter if you're a single person. Doesn't matter if you're a family of 2, 3, 5, or 10. This is what works for me. Lynn, I want to take a minute to tell you how much wow, totally respect you taking the time to calculate and everything. And I agree with you. Oh, let me address another issue. There are times that I feel like convenience foods. Do I never ever buy not buying convenience food? No, of course I do buy a few. I rather keep a couple of those frozen entrees at hand that I definitely enjoy if they are on sale and got a good price. Put them away instead of going over to the fast food restaurant. Still there, I'm saving again. I'm sort of kind of having easy fast food, convenient food. I didn't say it was the healthiest, but I'm kind of sort of having all of that. It's sort of like having your cake and eat it too, except one thing. It's in the freezer already, and I don't have to pay a tip. If you follow the method, it's all about the method. You will always be a winner. Dare I say it? Chicken dinner? Well, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to come back on Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern for my Sunday afternoon chat. I will be on camera. I try to get on camera every single Sunday afternoon so that I look forward to seeing you. And you guys have an amazing, fantastic day. Don't forget, if you have anything to add to this, let me know your tips and tricks too. Your comments are very important. And I really do appreciate it if you would do the following. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care of yourselves and each other.